never buy it.
Yeah. All right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Re-Entry Buzz. Cole and I, we pulled a blind sample out of our box. It's the same sample. We're both drinking the same thing, but we have no idea what it is. We're going to try to guess what it is as we go through here. But first, we are going to sniff it. We are going to sip it. Man, I almost said snip, as we always do. We're going to sniff and sip and tell you how much we would pay for this. So, Cole, totally blind take. You ready? How much would we pay for this? Okay.
Oh, it took 2 sniffs. Ooh.
Okay.
Not what I expected.
It's kind of fun. Not a real tasting note to throw you off. It's kind of fun. I have a value.
I don't. I'm just gonna say 50.
I was gonna say 55.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
Yep, very good.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back. We're gonna take our notes. We're gonna take our guesses. You'll see what our notes or guesses are, but we're not gonna waste your time in the meantime. We'll be right back after this break.
All right, we are back, and we tasted and we sniffed and we assessed and we guessed and we wrote down some notes. I'm gonna run through mine first.
Oh.
So tasting notes wise, on the nose, I said it had some like mellow fruity, like a creamy banana fruit, and a light graininess that kind of hinted towards youth for me. On the palate, I said youthy, stewed fruit. On the palate, I was really getting kind of like a thick, sugary medley of stewed fruits. I even said fruitcake, maraschino cherries. And now I'm blanking. Maraschino cherries what are the really cheap cocktail
Yeah, it's
cherries?
maraschino, like the red ones, the bright red ones.
Because
but technically, like the ones you can get Luxardo are technically, I believe, maraschino, but there's just the cheap ones versus the Luxardo ones.
This is not, because I love Luxardo cherries. This is the stupid cheap ones that when you expected a Luxardo cherry and they gave you one of these, you're like, dang it.
You expected to glow in fluorescent light, kind of like maraschino cherries. Yeah,
exactly. On the finish, I said the sweetness really dies off quick. The sweetness dies off quick. It is a mildly unpleasant bitter finish.
Okay.
That's the end of my tasting notes. What do you think, Cole?
I said on the nose is really light. Like I shoved my nose into this glass and smelled as hard as I could and could not get any alcohol vapors just from the nose alone. But I said it doesn't exactly smell bourbony or rye-like. So I'm kind of putting those out of my search. The palate, I did say light on proof, light on palate, slightest of bubblegum notes. I'm leaning towards an American Single Malt here. Doesn't seem refined enough to be a Scotch or Irish. A little overly sweet, to be honest, is what I said. On the finish, I said bubblegum and white sugar sweet. Not really great. I'm thinking a low, but not too low age for this one. So not many notes like flavor notes. But I kind of was a little bit doing a system of, counting out what I do think it could be. So
I love the bubblegum callouts, and we totally agree on the like sugary, like almost too sugary.
Yeah.
So go through your guesses. What do you think?
All right. I said type American Single Malt. Like I said, I don't think it's refined enough to be a, Scotch or Irish. Secondary grain, I said not applicable because I believe this is all single malt, malted barley. Distillery, I just said Westward. I just took a stab there. I don't even know if we have any more Westward in our pool. Plus, like Westward typically does a better job than this, but I just said, okay, that's all I could think of for an American Single Malt.
Yeah.
Proof, this is low. I question if this is 80 proof. but you don't find that many 80 proof uh American single malts out there. So I just went with 83, moved up a little bit. On the age, I said 4. It is not, for me, it wasn't so youthy that I was like hating it, but it just wasn't aged well. So I kind of put it right in the middle, somewhere at a 4 year. Finished, I said no. Bottle, I just also took a stab. Not confident in it at all, but I know that Devil's Backbone did a single malt, and that was their Danzig bottle, and I just threw it out there as maybe it's the Danzig release from Devil's Backbone. Score, I gave it a 7.9, C minus. It's not terrible, it's just not great, not good, not even good.
Yeah. Nice. So a lot of similarities here going through my guesses.
Okay.
I also said American Single Malt.
Nice.
It has this malty, a creamy fruit thing that I typically only get on American Single Malts. It does not have any sort of brown sugary. It doesn't have any rice spices. It doesn't have any strawberry, particularly kind of rye notes. So secondary grain not applicable. Distillery, though, I'm happy about this. I said Stranahan's. Like
Good guess.
Westward is definitely one of my common, like,
see it.
It like when I'm like, I think it's an American single malt, like Westward just usually comes to mind. But we've had a couple Stranahan's, and again, like you said, I don't know that there's any more in here, but like this to me jives on the creamy, agreeable single malt thing as Stranahan's. But proof, though, I disagreed with you on. Actually, proof originally I had about 108, I think, but then on second sips I brought it down, but I wanted to stay over 100, so I went with 104.
This is gonna be the determiner. Like, this is gonna be the winner category here. Yeah.
Right. Age, we were close. I said 5. Finished, I agree that this is not finished, and I just said that this is Stranahan's original. I couldn't think of anything better than that, because a lot of Stranahan's products are finished. A lot of Stranahan's other products are finished. I don't think that this is finished, so I just stuck with an original. I don't think this is like a cast strength single barrel. Score, though, I said D+, which is not so great. There's things about this that are just not so great. Not only would this, so the level above this is where it would just get lost amongst the other whiskeys in my cabinet. This one would kind of stand out just a little bit as being not so great. So that's where
I like that. All right, you ready to find out what this is?
Yeah, I am. I'm reaching.
Let's do it.
All right, ready?
Oh, wow. Is that a bourbon?
Well, I don't even know what this is.
It's a Fighting Cock 103 proof. So someone nailed the proof.
Oh, close. Yeah.
So I think that's going to come down to it. Nothing else is going to snag except you got the proof. So we'll be right back. We'll tally the scores and we'll find out quickly who won.
All right, we're back. And as you just heard, we were drinking something called Fighting Cock.
Shout out to Bryan Duncan.
Shout out to Bryan Duncan. Thank you very much for supplying this hilarious whiskey to us. Yeah. It is 103 proof. Did we verify? Is this a Heaven Hill product?
It is a Heaven Hill product, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a Heaven Hill product. It's called Fighting Cock, 103 proof. So going through the guesses here, let me get to the results tab. We both were tricked into thinking that this was an American single malt.
Yep. Which doesn't say much about this whiskey.
Yeah, this is Fighting Cock is a bourbon, so 0 points for us. Secondary grain, of course, 0 points for us because we thought it was an American single malt. Oh, that secondary grain is rye, by the way. Correct, Cole? Correct?
That is correct. Yeah.
So distillery, Cole guessed Westward. I guessed Stranahan's.
Oh, he guessed.
0 points. So we should have said Heaven Hill. Proof,
Mhm.
though, Cole thought that this was low proof. The
Low.
sugar tricks Cole into thinking
Tricked
low
me
proof
once again.
here. Cole said 83. I said 104. It is 103. So I got
Dang.
9 points. So I was only
That's a
one
lot of
off.
points. Mhm.
Age, understandably, a product named Fighting Cock would be non-age stated.
It used to be apparently a 6-year age statement, but they
No
recently, or a few
way.
years back, like 10 years probably ago, they removed the age statement.
I'm impressed.
So it could be a
Cole
5-year.
guessed 5. Brian guessed, no, I'm sorry. Cole guessed 4. Brian guessed 5. 0 points. No age stated. It is not finished, though. Cole and I both got
Heyo.
2 points. Neither of us got the bottle guess right. We got 0 points. All in all, well, actually, first off, score. Cole thought 7.9 C minus. Brian said D
Mhm.
plus, not so great.
Yeah.
Total tally on the scores. Cole was 2. Brian was 11. Brian
High
wins.
score. High score in
Episode
season
2.
5 thus far.
The
Although
split.
although the score split is Cole 22, Brian 21 in terms of
I
points.
know. You beat me by about this much on the previous episode. So
Mhm.
we are keeping it
Yep.
neck and neck here for you. Season 5, episode 2 complete. Cole, all in all, final thoughts on Fighting Cock.
Would never buy it. Would
Yeah,
never
all
buy it.
right.
Especially like if your bourbon tastes like a bourbon, like I don't know.
Yeah, it was a very confusing whiskey, I will
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Very confusing.
Perfect one to take to your penis themed blind whiskey tasting night. So
Yep.
keep that in mind.
Yeah, we'll call it I don't even know. Robbie would have like the perfect thing for that. He'd be like, we'll call it a um I don't know, knob party or something like that. I don't know. We'll
Shout out
think of
to
something
Rob.
so funny. Yeah.
Shout out to Rob. All
He'll
right.
hate this.
Well, thanks for
We
tuning in.
won't.
This was season 5, episode 2. Tune in for episode 3, and we'll see who takes it. Season 5. Thanks for tuning in. Really nice fruit and candy rye MGP-ness.
Nice.